Hello again, everyone. So today is the day that I go to get my trays and attachments put on. So they actually got in yesterday, and my appointment wasn't originally scheduled until Wednesday, but they called me yesterday and was like, hey, your stuff came in, do you want to come in tomorrow? So I was like, hell yeah, I do. So I am on the way down there right now. They did tell me last time that I'm gonna be getting attachments put on. I don't know how many. But they did tell me that my appointment should be taking about 45 minutes, and I'll find out exactly how many trays and stuff that I'm getting, and I guess more details about treatment and everything like that. So I'm pretty excited, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I know what's going on. All right. Hey guys, so I'm actually filming this next part 5 days later because I wanted to get a little bit more experience and time wearing these things. So they did tell me that they were supposed to put attachments and everything on. However, they didn't do that. They only gave me my first 2 trays. They said it was sort of like an introductory phase or something like that, and just something to get my teeth used to it. So I only have to wear each of these trays for one week at a time before moving on to the next one. And then I believe next Tuesday I go to get my attachments and my elastics put on. So what I can do is I can kind of report on like what's going on thus far, and these here are kind of what they look like. They just look like a little clear plastic tray. It does have some flexibility to it. When I first put them on, for about the first day, I did have a little bit of a lisp, but you get used to it after like day 1 or 2, depending on, you know, how much that you talk. I actually talk a lot at my job, so it was easy for me to get used to it. So that wasn't really too big of a concern. 2 days later, I'm completely talking normal. So when you go there, this is what they gave me. I don't know what your orthodontist will give you. They give you 2 of these trays here, just little containers to hold the trays. Just says optimal wear, 22 hours a day. And on the back, it says Invisalign, where you can write your name on. If you lose it, someone can give it back to you. They give you 2 because you're always supposed to keep the trays prior to the ones that you're currently wearing. So on Tuesday, when I switch over to the other ones, I'll put the trays that I'm currently wearing in this one. In case something happens, I won't like completely revert back to where I was before treatment. So you get 2 of these, and these here are my second set of aligners. It says that this is tray 2 of 24. That is 24 trays for my initial treatment, and from there on out, they will do another scan and set up like a refinement treatment plan, which they told me can be actually as long as the initial treatment plan, and I hope not, because that would be pretty much like another year of refinement. So there's no way for me to know how long it's going to take. Like I said, that'll be at the very end of this treatment when they'll kind of diagnose that. So got that. You get these little, I don't even know what you call it. It looks like the things that you use at dentist's office to kind of suction out everything when they're working. But what they tell you to do is to bite on this thing a couple times a day, just to make sure the trays are sitting as tightly as they can so they can work the way that they're supposed to. And also, floss. You have to floss and brush your teeth before you put on your trays. And so if you're taking it out to eat, when you're done eating, you do have to floss, you have to brush, and you have to brush your trays out too. So eating does get a little bit tedious, but there are some positives, I guess, to that. I mean, if you're a snacker, you know, you might cut back on eating a bunch of snack food. So it is kind of tedious with cleaning. And as well as they give you a soft bristle travel toothbrush, because you're going to be brushing your teeth like 5 times a day. So I guess that's a positive and a negative. It is tedious, like I said, but your oral hygiene will be good, I guess. So, and last, they give you a little bit of toothpaste because, like I said, you got to clean the trays out like 3 or 4 times a day. So that's everything that I got from my orthodontist. And that's kind of it about the initial stages there. I can kind of report back to you guys here after I had a little bit more wear time to see, you know, what are some of the pros and cons that I've noticed, to see pain levels and things like that. So I'll get back to you guys here in just a bit. So another thing I forgot to mention to you guys, they also gave me some chapstick, because this, for whatever reason, really dries your lips out. I don't know if it's because I live in Colorado and the air is super dry here, but I've noticed that I have to use this stuff like 20 times a day because my lips just get so chapped from wearing these things. A couple of the cons that I noticed for the first few days, probably the first 2 or 3 days, each day my teeth got more and more sore. You can actually feel which teeth are moving. In the first trays here, they're actually moving my back molars back here as well as my front tooth. There's actually a little nub on like the front left side of the tray up here for my front tooth. And there's no attachments yet, but there is something inside of the tray that I guess sort of grips it and rotates it. I'm not exactly sure the science behind it all, but that's pretty cool. And also, when you take your trays out for the first couple days, your teeth are going to feel like they're loose, but they're not. That's just the feeling of them actually moving. So I was a little bit worried about that. I called my orthodontist if that was normal. And yes, that's completely normal. When you do take them out, you're going to feel like your teeth are loose. So don't freak out if you start to feel the same way, because that's normal. And aside from that, I don't really have that much pain anymore. You can feel that the trays are actually starting to get a little bit looser towards the end of the time period that you're supposed to be in that tray. So I actually tried all my other trays a couple days ago, and they fit, but there's a lot of pressure. So you definitely don't want to skip your trays before you're supposed to. Towards the end of the treatment time of your trays, you'll be able to notice that it moves around a little bit easier. So from there, you know that you're headed in the right direction. Aside from that, I don't really have anything else to report on. And like I said, on Tuesday, I switched to my next trays, and I'll give it a few more weeks. And after I get my attachments in all my new trays, they said they were only going to need to see me about every 8 to 12 weeks. So I'll be able to make some videos for you guys in between there. If there's any questions that you have for me, just let me know in the description below. That way I can address them in the next video for you. So until then, guys, hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.